What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of Ruin Arandama. Today, we're using the Silver Stars team again because we need to go and finish off the silver play that we started yesterday. However, have made some changes. We've gone much more Brazilian themed today, with Romarinho in, Marcos Andre in, and João Pedro in, and Juan Jesus in. So with our Premier League Brazilian manager up to 95 chem, I could convert Romarinho down and get, I believe, one extra chem point. No, he's already on 10, so it won't make any difference. So that's where we're at. Might be able to squeeze an extra chem point or two out of this. And yeah, as somebody in my chat said, if we have a Crystal Palace right back, we'll get 100 chemistry. The problem is with the right backs is for the squad battles, no, for the silver thingy to work, you need rare players. So, unfortunately, this is what it has to be. So, as we go into today's game, once again, thank you guys so much for the awesome feedback yesterday. Oh, hold on. How long have I got left on my upload? We're uploading. We might have to build a player pick or two because we're uploading a file now. If we've got 3 minutes or less, we'll do some player picks. Oh, 15 seconds. We can go straight into a game. Yeah, we talked a little bit yesterday about life after YouTube and a few other things like that, and one of the things that came up during the stream whilst making that video was about becoming a content creator or a streamer and what's required to be a content creator or a streamer, and how do you do it, and best practices and things like that. And there's no one particular formula. There's no guaranteed for success thing, you know. And I've been in this industry now for 11 years. And still, I learn things constantly. For example, when I saw that guy's TikTok the other day about how he created longer and then longer and then longer form content, that for me was something new, something I hadn't considered, something that allowed me to kind of learn for myself. And I think one of the key things that I would say to anyone looking to be any kind of streamer or social media kind of personality or whatever is you have got to put your everything into it. You've got to research everything all the time. And that's where, funnily enough, what we didn't talk about yesterday, and why is because I just knew it'd take a fair while, is I nearly slid tackled in there. That's where I've been slacking, I suppose, a lot myself recently, is the actual outside of playing the games and streaming is the rest of it. And I've been slacking a lot for a few reasons. Obviously, I've been moving house. Wow, this guy's got a really weird team, but he's not a bad player. Oh, come on. Is he off? Good tackle. That's really bad, isn't it? Yeah, you know, I've been moving house and had a few things going on in the personal life and whatnot. And obviously now working out of a different office is a bit more challenging. But also, sometimes you just get a bit burnt out from it, you know, from all aspects of it as well. Sometimes it's not so easy to continually dedicate yourself, I should have done a lofted pass there, 24/7. But how do you become a streamer? What makes a good streamer or a bad streamer? I think mostly is personality, whether you're good at the game or not. I think there's always a case for you don't have to be insane as long as you have something with regards to your personality and what you bring, your character and your charisma. Oh, that's a good shot there. And then what you're getting into it for, I think, is a big thing. You see a lot of people get into content creation because they want to be famous, or they want to be popular, or they want to be wealthy, or they see these YouTubers and assume that they have these crazy easy lives because of the kind of line of work they do. Oh, that's a nice ball. We'll score that one as well. Yeah, because of kind of what they do. And so they feel like they want that. They feel like it's an easy route. And I think for people that go into it with the wrong intentions, with the sole intention of being, let's say, rich and famous, quote unquote, I think if you're saying to yourself, why do I want to do this? I just really want to be well off. I really want to be wealthy. I think you're already doomed for failure, right? If that's your kind of your go-to motive, I just don't think this industry is for you. It will just eat you up because it might take months, might even take years to gain any kind of traction or any kind of audience. And it might even not ever happen after you've put years into it. There's a couple of the guys that I know in the FIFA scene that have been around for such a long time, and they're good guys with, you know, good content that still just can't get views. So if you're starting out and you're brand new to making content or whatever, outside of like the initial kind of personal things that you need to deal with regards to who you are as a person, which will come in time. You're never just going to settle into who you are as a content creator day one, but you've got to kind of let go of all sorts of all sorts of self-doubts and everything like that, because if you don't like your voice, and that's just straight away, that's a lovely goal, always missed, and that's just straight away something that you're conscious of, you're just, again, you're setting yourself up for disaster, right? So you've got to let go of all of that, and you've got to try and figure out a way to just be as confident as you can on camera and on a microphone. And if you go back and listen to some of my first ever YouTube videos, obviously we didn't have cameras back then, or we had cameras, but YouTube wasn't that way orientated, I suppose. Like, people didn't really care for face cam much. It was more just, in fact, when I first started, it wasn't even about voices. It was just the compilation stuff, and that's all everyone did. Oh, that was supposed to go out wide, that. But if you go back and listen to the first few videos that I was talking in, what you'll see is, what you'll hear is a very passive, very nervous person, you know, very lightly spoken on the microphone, and like scared to show any kind of emotion or any kind of depth, actually, like with the way I speak or the words I say or anything. It's very hard. And obviously, as I say, with time that comes, but you got to kind of like practice that, because if you, especially now, you know, obviously 10, 11 years ago when I started, there was far less competition. There was far less people even thinking about doing this. This wasn't a job opportunity. You know, there was no money involved. So people that did it for fun. But if you go to a video now and you're watching someone or listening to someone and they're like, hey, what's up, guys? Today, I think we might play some FIFA. I think I want to do the silver player. Hopefully you like my video. Please subscribe if you do. Nobody wants to watch that shit, and nobody will watch that. And so if that's you, you're already in a problem zone because you need to be confident. And you know, they say in that regard, fake it until you make it. And sometimes it's the best way. Sometimes you could be overly confident to the point where you're arrogant, and that's like a problem in itself as well. But you've got to just let go of everything. You're going to sit there and you think, oh, what if my friends at school see this, man? What are they going to think? Who cares what they think? This isn't about them. This is about you. And so if you can then get into a position where you're comfortable on the camera and where you're confident on the microphone, then how do you get views, right? You get certain people that are just born entertainers. Dr. Disrespect, Tim the Tap Man, Castro, who else in the fit is way back. Like you get people that are just born entertainers. You get some people that have to work at being entertaining for certain other reasons, and then you get some people that aren't necessarily geared towards that flat out, I'm an entertainer, but more I'm a creator. Someone that is informative, like Run the Foot Market Nick, or Nick 28T with his like Road to Glory stuff. Someone like Bateson with the Draft to Glory. Someone like Skills with his career modes and the rebuilds, or even people like Jared and stuff with the career mode stuff. Docklanders, who's again another content creator who has been around for years and he's still doing it. He's done it a bit on and off, but he's a super cool guy with, you know, nothing but nice things to say about him. Never has hurt or would hurt anyone, and yet he's just someone that's never really broken through that initial micro creator kind of barrier, you know. And so one of the best ways to get views, like if you're just a born entertainer, it will just happen, right? You won't, like, people will just talk about you. I mean, look at Pieface, look at Danny Aarons, two absolute born entertainers that have really kind of lit up over the last, Pieface maybe the last 12 to 18 months, Danny Aarons probably the last 6 months. 6 months ago, nobody really knew him. Maybe he was a micro content creator, but he just oozes something. You know, when you watch him, you can't help but laugh. You can't help but smile. You can't help but enjoy what he's doing. And that is why he continued to just explode and grow and grow and grow. It is simply because he is just entertaining. If you've got that, great. If you haven't got that, you're already fighting a massive uphill battle. So what do? You start your stream, you're confident on the mic, maybe you're good at the game, maybe you're an elite player or better, maybe you know what you're talking about with regards to, you know, the market, and you're a fair all-rounder, but you're not this explosive character with, you know, hundreds of possible outs with regards to making yourself more entertaining. Maybe you're the kind of person that definitely wants to gear themselves more to, I don't know, showcasing how to be better at a game or anything. So again, it's a super saturated market, but the best way to grow, and I've said this over years and years and years, is just by doing the basics the best. And what I mean by that is having the schedule set up, and now the reason why we didn't talk about this in the last video is because I knew this was going to be a whole video, right? But it's something that I'm not doing right myself right now. Now, I obviously have a little bit of a get out because I've already kind of established myself, I suppose. And with YouTube, it is pretty much structured. You know, it's always the same time the videos are live, the same time the Road to Glory is live, the same time the Draft Glory is live, and so on and so forth, right? And so I have some structure. Oh, is he offside? He's not offside. But I don't have a stream schedule set up very well. I don't do so good with like posting Instagram stories of myself. Like, you know, certain things I don't like about the way I look when I go for an Instagram story, and it makes me shy away from it. And doing those things, doing those basics right, is what really helps just get your foot in the door. And the best way to get any kind of audience is just asking anyone you know to put your stream on when you're live, or to go and click on your video and leave it on to play. So with streaming specifically, obviously getting up in a directory is imperative, because when Castro finishes streaming to 30,000 people, a lot of those people already know where they're going next, and that might be to a content creator outside of FIFA, that might be to another FIFA content creator, that might be to another platform, it might be to YouTube, or it might be to Netflix, or it might be to Amazon iPlayer or something. You know, it might not necessarily be on Twitch. Some of those people will just leave Twitch because that's it, that's their guy, that's who they watch, and that's all they want to watch. But quite a lot of those people, I couldn't even say how many numbers, I wouldn't know, but 5,000, 10,000 people will just go and look at the next highest like content creator, because a lot of people decide on who to watch, and I'm exactly the same when I play a new game. Like when the F1 game came out and I wanted to go and watch who was streaming on Twitch, who's the first person I click on? The person with the most views. Okay, he wasn't for me. Who was the next person I clicked on? The person with the next most views, and so on and so forth. So you need to get yourself up the directory as much as you can, and the best way to do that is even if you've got a phone, just go and put it on incognito, so you're not your own person on your own account, so to speak, and just go and turn your own stream on, right? And what that will do is that will give you a viewer. Then ask your mum, ask your dad, ask your brothers and sisters, your friends, your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, anyone that can whilst you're streaming. Hey, you don't have to watch my stream, but can you please turn on my stream? Because in FIFA right now, I mean, Facebook, which I stream on, is a platform I'm on, is a bit of a different story. But in FIFA right now, I can imagine that it doesn't take long, especially in the English-speaking category, it doesn't take long to get yourself to the top sort of like 10 or 15 streamers. I would guess, and I'm literally guessing, you can probably go and look for yourself what it actually is, but I would guess, or go on, rebounds, no. We're looking at 15 streamers maximum with like 20, 30 viewers before you get down to that point. So you can just get some of the family to put you up there. Then boom, all of a sudden you're giving yourself a head start. You've got a schedule every day. People know when you're going to be live. People know what you're going to be doing whilst you're live, so they can decide if they want to watch or not. And you've already got that allure of having some viewers. Beyond that, just make sure you play with other streamers, interact with other streamers, interact on all the other social media platforms, and just be prepared for it to not be an easy slog. You know, it's not going to be something that is enjoyable getting 10 viewers day after day after day after day after day. Like, it gets super demoralizing. Even for creators of my size, it can get so demoralizing when some videos just don't do well. Oh, it's just not where I've aimed that, is it? I think he was offside, yeah. When videos don't do well, you know, it gets super demoralizing. You're like, okay, what's going wrong here? And how do I improve? How do I get better? How do I grow, or whatever? But in general, it's about being consistent, being good at what you do, being confident with what you're doing, and making sure that you like. And again, one thing that I've done wrong over the years is chasing kind of an idea or a path that wasn't mine, right? So in 2015, when everybody started doing real life football videos, crossbar challenges, or going out and doing free kicks, and even some, you know, I think it kind of birthed the Sidemen charity match and Spencer's hashtag United and stuff. I think all kind of really grew from the FIFA 15 football stuff. And I did a penalty shootout challenge with 89 skills, which hilariously is one of my most viewed videos. But I started doing things that weren't me, and I just went down a path of like a time where my views were dropping. I wasn't enjoying what I was doing. I was getting no satisfaction out of working. Okay, I was playing some FIFA or whatever, but in general, I just hated what I was doing. So you got to make sure that you're doing what you want to do. And if you're a niche person because of that, if what you like has a super niche audience, then just go with it and just be that guy. Like, I know BPM Man, is very well known, but BPM Man is just all about bronze pack method. All his content is about that. And that's brilliant because he's captured an audience of like-minded people, and he'll have those as hardcores that will go with him through the journey when he does decide that something else might be his thing. So yeah, you just got to be you the best you can be. And I think it's really, really important to make sure that you're not trying to be a superstar on day one. Like, if you show up to your stream and you've got all these insane like graphics packages and audio sound bites that you're using left, right, and center, and when you change scene, you've got these fancy swipes and stuff, but nobody's watching it. Like, it's irrelevant. You got to start at the bottom and work your way up the mountain. If you're just trying to jump to the top, you're never ever going to make it. And when you constantly fall short, it will demoralize you so much that you'll end up giving up. And if you really want it, if you really want to do it, just take those baby steps, just a little bit at a time. But anyway, that's going to be the end of the video for today. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of comments, a lot more questions about this, so we'll revisit this one in a few days with, I guess, more detailed answers to some questions that come up. But yeah, thanks for watching for today. And we did indeed get Doku Silver Stars. He is done, which is very nice. I did him by Tuesday this time instead of with an hour left on a Wednesday. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.